Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Geert. Yes, a lot of snow. Not here where we stay, but very close by. And for large portions of the country, yes. Um, it's the first time in my 51 years on this planet that I watched the absolute disgraceful response to the crisis. Okay, I don't want to say too much, then I get in trouble again. I'm not used to this country not looking after its own people. And then what happened was a lot of the ordinary people like you and me started helping. It was weird. I'm not entirely familiar with the whole situation, but there were people stranded, obviously, that needed food and drink and petrol for the vehicles to keep the engines running because they had to sleep in their cars on the mountain passes and things like that. But with a little bit of information I got, it's scary. It's weird, man. Weird. Never seen this country fail like this. It's the first time. Anyway, that is the snow story. We on our side didn't have snow, but it's very cold. Even now, as I'm sitting here, I've got a jersey on, but it's actually a bit nippy. It's cold. It's not spring. It really came and bit us a little bit. So anyway, we're here. We're doing what we love to do. We're going to do a Zibo stream, and I've just basically got the basics going, so I need to start setting up and doing everything now. Yeah, I actually need to follow up on that situation. I presume by this time the people have been evacuated or the snow has melted or something, so the guys can start driving again. I don't know. But yeah, hope the best for them. All right, let's see. Let's go grab this thing. Yes, you do that. Let's quickly get the story going. As far as I know, we need to go that way. I freaking hope. Maybe I must actually just check. Let me get myself on the chart here and see which way I'm facing. Yeah. Okay, it looks okay. Yeah, we've got a public holiday here, Scotsman. Last night I needed to do the stream already, and Zibo was sitting waiting for me, and then I got a phone call that lasted about 50 minutes. So it completely demolished the idea of flying last night.
Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Uncle John, we're live on Discord. Hello, good morning to you. Live on YouTube.
Good morning. Yes, I'm on push to talk as well. Good morning,
Okay, cool.
Jenica.
Cool. Okay. Hello, Andy. Morning. Yeah, so having a public holiday actually then took the pressure off me, so we had a really good start. I've spoken to Zibo already. A couple of nice things happened on our side. So, okay, I'm going to literally, this is not a major test flight. All he wants to know is that there isn't any glaring problems, okay? And the first glaring thing, which obviously is not a Zibo thing, it's an Avitab thing, is some of the guys, when they try to link Navigraph to the Avitab plug-in, okay, so please understand, you're not linking it to Zibo. It's got nothing to do with Zibo. You're linking it to the Avitab plug-in. Some people had issues. And it's just a coincidence that it happened after Zibo released an update. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened to that. I didn't follow up with Volko and the guys there. He's ignoring me anyway, so it's not as if I've got a great urgency to actually talk to him, because I've been waiting for him for like 2 or 3 weeks already, and he's not talking to me. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. If any of you know what happened, you're welcome to also tell us. Right, then. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a lazy mood. Okay, so I'm not going to rush it. This is obviously not really for entertainment. This is just for us to check that there's nothing major wrong. Then hopefully maybe I can push it onto explain.to as well. You know, get a more stable version on their newer one. We'll see. We'll see. So if you guys enjoy it, good luck. Thank you. I really appreciate your help. You're welcome. Let's chat about it. You're welcome to join me on Discord as well, eh? I believe there is going to be a group flight here on Discord at 800 Zulu. So if any of you guys are still looking for a group flight to attend, there will be one. Uncle John is leading the charge there. Unfortunately, even though it's a public holiday, I still have work to do. I've got a bit of a crisis here to sort out at work. So I'm going to do the flight and then disappear very quickly. 1138. I suppose it's also because now I know that we have a public holiday that my brain is also functioning much slower. I'm just chillaxing a little bit as I'm doing this. Okay, that turn is horrible if you look at the charts. I'm glad the Zibo kind of, fixed it there for us. It fixed it majorly, actually. It turned it into a very good turn.
It'll be all down to speed, won't it, Nico?
Yes, yeah, you're going to have to. But if you look at the actual, wait, let me see if we zoom in. If you look at the actual...
More than 90.
Yes, yeah. But now, you see, according to the charts, you need to start from that VOR, okay? So what happens is this line goes straight and that line then comes down here. So you've got a horrible turn, which obviously is, the Zibo's turned that into a flyby, not a flyover, okay? Which then turns us earlier. But you see that little bulge, that's what you're referring to, Uncle John. The slower you are, the smaller that bulge will be. And actually, you can make this a really nice turn now. And this just because you're going to lower your speed. So you just got to think about it a bit.
Yeah, you need to be around about 180 before you start that turn.
Yeah. Scotsman, I've seen the VRAM issue, and then I close my SDKP, and then it seems to release my problem. Okay, but I have noticed in the last couple of streams, I sometimes do have a bit of a VRAM issue. Yes, I'm lucky. I've got 12 gig, so I'm not sure how much you've got, but it doesn't really turn my stuff blurry, but it feels like somebody's pulled a handbrake. I can feel everything starts to slow down. It's just not smooth, doesn't, work as it should. And I close down SDKP and I reopen it. And from what I've discerned, just me, my observation, is that when I connect, there's a button that you press that connects SDKP to X-Plane and it tracks your aircraft. That thing is hogging resources. So if I don't connect it, I'm okay. When I connect it, there's a problem for me. Right, so we're done with this. Let's go to route. Uncle John. Hello, Antonio. Morning. Uncle John.
Yes.
When you list your flights in the group flight, can you just put a date there as well, please? Because I see it's creating confusion with the guys.
Put a what?
A date for the flight, because I don't see a date. You posted it yesterday, and some people don't understand that it was meant for today.
Okay, I'll amend that even now as we speak. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries, Scotsman. Yes, Antonio. You're not working today?
I am.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
supposed to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go back to work when the stream is done. Morning, Nick. Suppose it's waiting for me to load the packs. I keep on forgetting to switch on this chimes thing. 146. Yeah, packs are boarding. It's going to take a minute. What do you do that? Okay, parking brake is set. Linda's looking good as always. So now we just wait. I suppose some of you guys have flown this version 14 already, eh? This is my first time now. More and Marius. Hello, Flight X. Time to update, huh? I was speaking to somebody this morning. He was showing me a link to the forum for issue with the porpoising on version 4.02.04. And my first comment to him was, that's ancient in Zibo terms, eh? It's funny. Thought it was funny. At the rate the Zibo updates come out now, that is ancient, I suppose.
Nico, do you have any more information about what exactly they changed in this version about the engine?
No, I only see what you see. Zibo didn't tell me anything more.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything. Trim up.
Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Some doors are still opened or the GPU or the ASU are still connected. I'm waiting for all of them closed and disconnected, then I will proceed.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed. Ready
Before
to
start
connect.
procedure complete. Ready for before start checklist.
Right, almost ready to go. Hope you guys have coffee. It is so chilly here. My coffee is actually almost cold again. Wow.
Tow connected and pipe has been inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
Thank you, Linda.
25N2. Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine. On. Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine. $25N2.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Ready for before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure. Before taxi procedure complete. I am ready for before taxi checklist.
Let me get into position here. Let's get going. When you say cold, how cold? I haven't checked the weather this morning, but we've had a couple of minus, below zero instances now in the last couple of days, and this morning I'm telling you now. Okay. It says it's 15 at the tower, down the road here. But it feels like 5. It literally feels like 5 here where I'm sitting. I'm thinking about putting on the heater here by my feet because it's stupid. It's a very cold 15. I promise you that. Hello, Stratocast. Yeah, everything is cool. I got a bit sidetracked here in the whole startup pushback procedure because I was talking to somebody online there quickly. It's amazing when people realize I am online. We always laugh between me and Uncle John here, and we the moment I go online, it's like 2 minutes, and then people start rushing in, and I mean, it's wonderful. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. It's cool, but now I'm trying to stream and entertain you guys slightly, and and then somebody else realizes I'm online, and guess what? They want a piece of me. So it happens. I'm glad I've learned to semi-multitask, kind of, All right, brakes work. Uncle John, how's things going your side? Are you ready for your flight?
I'm setting up, sir.
Okay. Yeah, because you've got about 20 minutes left, and I don't see your buddies here yet.
They'll be.
Kevin is upstairs.
I'm going to pop up there. Have a good flight and have a good day, everybody else. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Hello, Mr. Geek. Hello. I'm glad you guys like it. I wish I could do streams like this anytime, I wanted to, but work is a bit of an issue. Real world, So today, for those guys that haven't heard yet, we've got a public holiday. That's why me and Marius and the guys are able to sit here that normally work, you see. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete.
Antonio, have you flown this model, this version 14?
Ready for before takeoff.
No,
checklist.
not yet.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff. Approaching 2-2. Runway 22 confirm. On runway 22. stabilized. Takeoff thrust set. Throttle hold. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Acceleration altitude. Flaps 1 set. Flaps up and set.
My wife has just informed me there's no breakfast today because the gas seems to be finished that she uses in the kitchen. So once this aircraft makes its turn, goes through 10,000 and it's kind of stable, I just want to quickly go have a look, see if I need to get a new gas tank.
Transition altitude. Flight level 100. Landing lights switches off.
Like she's climbing really nice. Okay. Right. I'm going to let it go. Keep your eyes open, guys. Give me 5 minutes. Let me just go sort out the gas downstairs, and then I'll be back.
1000 to level off.
I am back. Hello, Gilbert. Good morning. And thank you. Any issues you could see, Antonio?
No, at the moment it seems everything as expected.
Okay. Good.
What's your weight, Nico? Okay. Yeah. Also, the thrust at cruise level, it's
Better.
I would say perfect.
Good.
You remember a couple of versions
Yes.
ago, it was like 90, 92.
Yeah, it was 94 at the time we actually had the discussion. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He's busy working on the engine spool ups and everything. We were talking about the stabilization effect, when the EGT rises and then falls back. And we were talking about that this morning. So I must actually ask him about what you just asked, I mean, it must be part of the plan, seeing as he rewrote all the code. But I can tell you one thing. I was looking at the real aircraft this morning, the videos we have. I was bloody surprised how fast that one was, and the way it was demonstrated to us by the real pilot, how this EGT rises and falls back, it is so fast. I mean, on my mobile phone with my small screen, I have to zoom in to actually see it because it happens so fast. If you don't pay attention, you're going to miss it. And I was amazed to see how fast that thing pulls up. From pressing toga to watch that engine roar up. It in fact this morning made me think we were too slow, from that point onwards. But the initial startup, spool up, things like that. I'm not sure how far Zibo is with that. I'm just watching the video here in the background. I'll tell you now how fast it is in the real one. So okay, it's fine. It's 8 seconds. It takes 8 seconds from you push your throttles from 0 to 40%. You reach 40%. 8 seconds. I'll have to time our one in the Zibomod, see how fast that is. There's a matter of interest. From pressing toga. Okay, that's from pressing toga until 96.4% is 10 seconds.
Starting from 40, Nico.
Yeah, from 40 going to 96.4 is 10 seconds. From the moment you press toga, when that thing was stabilized, 10 seconds.
I thought less time. It's a lot of time, isn't it?
It is, but I've looked at some of our timings and stuff here. We have to obviously go and compare it now directly, but the video I'm looking at here, that's exactly the time. So it's 8 seconds to get to 40% and 10 to get it to your takeoff setting. So it gets to 93.3%, which is just before the green bug, Antonio. It gets there in 6 seconds. Okay. But then to do the final stabilization between 93 and 96, that's where the other 3-4 seconds go to. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're good to go. It's good enough, to let this thing do its thing. But to actually get it stable at 96.4, it's 10 seconds. It will, yes, it will. It will absolutely depend on atmospheric conditions and density, altitudes, and things like that. You're not going to get the same performance in cold weather as in hot weather. Cold and hot's going to be a difference. Altitude, all those things. Also, it's going to depend on how old that engine is. It's going to depend on how old the firmware is. It's going to depend. There's a couple of things, One thing I've learned in this project is that just because it's a Boeing 737-800, it doesn't mean my one and your one is the same. It just doesn't. And we've had a couple of pilots, storm in here and tell us we're wrong, and we show them this is our version. It's not the same. They differ. This aircraft doesn't even have an aspirated probe. I wanted to see the temperature that this test was done at, but it's at 82 degrees. So there's no aspirated probe on this one. We don't know what the actual temperature was. Yeah. I think goes up. It's now at 99 degrees. Right, I suppose I need to put a descent value in there, otherwise we're going to get stuck at this altitude. Let me go. See, where do we descend to? Complete this configuration. 4,000.
Ready for descent procedure.
Continue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard Twixter say this, but he's working on getting the fuel flow and the N1s and things like that to within 1 or maybe 2% of the actual Boeing figures. Eh? So he wants to make it really, 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 really on top of
I'm
it.
sure he will go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuel flow, for example, now at 310, 62 tons. It's a little bit too much, but yeah, very, very close.
That glare is a lot.
Approach top of descent.
Andrea, good morning. Well, we've got a new hybrid airframe that uses the Twixter flight model, some portions of the laminar hard points so that the actual particle effect will work. And we've got brand new engine model, brand new engine code. And all of these things are now being tuned so they actually work according to their actual numbers. And that's the highlight. Morning, Eugene. Yeah, it is interesting. You know, the guys started with a new fuselage from laminar, okay, with all the hard points in the particle system. Then they discarded the Twixter flight model and they started building a new flight model on the new fuselage. And then they realized the engine doesn't work. You know, so this thing went through an evolution, and every couple of fixes that was put out was either with or without the Twixter flight model, with or without the engines, you know, you understand. And then eventually they decided the best course of action was to scrap everything, make a hybrid and start from scratch. And that's where we are now. So it is, it's a bit of work for the guys, eh? They've gone through so many iterations to find the sweet spot, and I think they're there now. It's a question now of, now they're tuning it, getting it in line with what it should be. Yes, Eugene, it's a lot of real heavy lifting in that respect. Yeah, very much a whole bunch of engineering work has gone in here. Eh? One of the things that might be worth mentioning, Twixter did mention it, that's why I'm talking about it. If he didn't mention it publicly, I wouldn't say it. But one of the things that they had to tune as well, Zibo specifically, was the autopilot, because some of the things happened a little bit slow. And that is why certain envelopes in the flight had porpoising. Right. Well, one of the reasons we all know explained real weather was like the catalyst that induced some of it. But additionally to that, the autopilot had to be recalibrated as well to actually react faster, you know, to cut out those porpoising issues and instances. Which is why I'm also pulling my speed brake to make sure, because that's the envelope where I got it, where my oscillation started.
Yeah, on this matter, remind me, Nico, I found some documentation about anticipation on lining up with the localizer. And I found documentation where it says clearly that anticipation is a factor, a variable based on the angle with the glide slope, the angle which the aircraft is arriving. So, as you probably noticed, it's a little bit late going to align when you set the localizer if the angle is more than 30 degrees. And in the rear aircraft, probably they change it, the software to, because you know, the later the procedures are like 90 degrees more.
Yes.
Most of the procedures are 90 degrees, and the real aircraft does it at the Zibo. So I found documentation. Just remind me to.
Sure. Will do, Antonio.
Approaching transition. Transition level. Ready for approach checklist. Flight level 100. Landing lights switches on.
Yes, Eugene, absolutely. Fixter was telling us, you know, they make one small little change in one and it snowballs to the others. I mean, the other systems, you know, and they have to keep everything in balance the whole time. It's amazing. Oh, Scotsman, I'll buy you a beer, don't worry. We'll forget about it. We'll laugh it off. Oh, no, no, no.
Flaps 1 set.
I thought so.
To level off.
don't know if you guys can see the problem, but there's a problem. I don't know if you can catch that light slope. I think we're too high. Wait, bah.
Ready for landing checklist. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
Right. Okay. That's not really how one should do it, but whatever. Speed brake is now on. Scotsman. We'll make a plan. Ooh, I just touched my... That's my my trim wheel, and it kicked out the autopilot. Oh, I see the runway.
Thousand feet stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
To level off. Approaching 1-5. Cleared to land runway 15.
400.
Yeah.
Approaching decision height.
Let's shoot.
300.
Oh.
Minimums. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use. Knots. 3,000 feet remaining. Yet. Great landing. You are professional.
Made it. After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Yeah. LSGG, wow, I haven't landed there in a while. I tell you what, remind me in a couple of days about that one, because someone else asked me to do a stream into Princess Juliana. Okay. So I'll do that one first, and then we can do a Gibraltar again. Yes, I haven't done that one in a long time. Okay, it's working. And I keep
Flaps
on
up and
reminding
set.
myself, and I'm getting a bit frustrated. I'm not sure. I'll have to check the temperatures in the mountains there in South America. I really, really want to go do that high altitude challenge tour that we have in the VA again and put that on video, you know, so you guys can also see that and see how the Zibo and the actual pressurization system is modeled to handle that, because we're the only guys who have that, you know. But I'm afraid if it's not warm enough, you're not going to get the same results. So I'm holding a little bit back on that one. Jacob, Zibo just tuned things a little bit again, eh? So the autopilot's reacting a little bit faster, and you know, things are getting more in balance now. We've noticed that the N1 settings is better, the fuel flow is better, you know. Excellent. Yeah, so then, you know, tell you what, when you have to operate this machine at a density altitude of 12 and 14,000 foot, it's way different than operating here on our almost sea level, you know. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just don't want to do it too early in the season and then we don't get the same effect, because it needs to be wow. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. It was nice. I didn't expect so many people here today. I was actually thinking it's going to be me and maybe 2 or 3 guys. So I'm really happy that we had a couple of you guys here. Thank you for joining and supporting. Make up your mind. Where do you want me? Left or right? Thank you. Parking brake set. Right, so I don't suppose Zibo was watching because he's at work, but at least now he's got a video to go look at. Zibo, thank you so much. Sorry about last night. Things just didn't work out the way we thought it would, because I was supposed to stream this last night. You're welcome, Geek. You're welcome. Guys, have fun. I'm going to go back to work now, and we'll check you guys whenever again. Yes, Jacob, it is. It's the .14, so just go download it and go fly it, see what it looks like. Thank you, Scotsman. I'll send you the beer. I'll fax it to you later. You too, man. Take care. Take care, everybody. Talk later.
Ciao.
Bye.